Hi guys, Stavert here with the Big Bang Build. Today I wanted to go over a couple of recording software options that you have for doing screen captures in Minecraft, and also a couple of video editing software packages that you can use. I am gonna list both free and paid options, so no worries there if you guys are on a budget. And then I also want to go over some of the YouTube encoding settings. These are really important if you want to get the highest quality video and highest quality sound possible with your hardware and all that stuff onto YouTube. So without further ado, let me go over EasyVid really fast. EasyVid is a free option, and I haven't really had a chance to mess around with it. Some of these I'm a little bit more partial to, just because I've already used them. But that's how that is. You guys should definitely check out and explore some of these. EasyVid looks like a very simple, easy to use solution, and it is free. Freeware, so I'm not sure what sort of terms and conditions you may have to actually agree to for that. So that's definitely something to check out, but it looks like the full package. You can basically use their software to do screen recording in addition to editing and all that stuff. So definitely something to check out. Everything that I mentioned here, links will be in the description, so don't worry about it. Let's see, another free option we have is Cam Studio. I've seen a few people using this, and it seems to be very lightweight and a very simple interface, so definitely an option. This is again free. And then as far as paid options go, we also have Fraps. Now, Fraps is great if you're just going to be recording in-game stuff, but for example, you want to record the full screen like what I'm doing now, then Fraps probably isn't the best option. However, when recording games, it's got a very simple, easy to use interface, and I love it. That's actually what I'm using for videos now, since I had some issues with Camtasia Studio, what I'm using right now, as far as recording games and getting the frames per second to actually match up correctly. So as you can see, this is Fraps that I have up right here, and very simple, easy to use. I think it's on sale, not necessarily on sale, but it's for sale for, I want to say, $37. Now keep in mind that's just screen capture software. You will have to find a editing program, but definitely great bang for its buck, and great for specifically what it does, recording game video capture. Let's see, then we also have a tool called Snagit, and that's very similar to what I'm using right now. It's by TechSmith, the guys that make Camtasia Studio, the program that I'm using right now, and definitely worth a check out. I think it's ranging about $60 right now. Let me see. Yeah, they're looking actually only for $50. It's definitely something to check out. And then let's see. As far as video editing software goes, I don't know. You got a few like free options out there. If you're looking for something free, I would definitely recommend just going to download.com and searching for video editing software. It'll kind of give you a decent laundry list of stuff. However, the majority of things on here are just free trials, for like Sony Vegas or Corel Video Studio, that sort of thing. But there is Windows Movie Maker, which I believe you can download from the Windows site directly. That is free. Of course, the user and editor ratings are a little bit on the lower end, but again, it is something free, so definitely something to check out. And then as far as your paid options, you have like Video Pad Editor, which I think is on sale right now for, I want to say like $50. So that's a pretty good deal. Pinnacle Studio I think is around 60. Yep, $60. So definitely a couple of things for you guys to check out. I personally use Camtasia Studio, but this is definitely on the pricier end. Camtasia Studio gives you the option to do a lot of corporate slideshows, record Flash-enabled videos, and it automatically creates like web pages around it, and it just got a bunch of really nifty features. Camtasia Studio also includes the recorder that I'm using right now, and that's on the higher end. I think it's about $250 right now. So just keep, sorry, 300. So yeah, keep that in mind. Of course, you can find that on the internet in other ways, wink wink, but I'm not going to go into that on the video or the comment section, so please don't ask. However, there are plenty of ways to find that sort of stuff. So those are pretty much your video software recording and editing options. Of course, you're more than welcome to do a little bit of research on your own. Links for everything that I mentioned are in the description. And a couple other things I just wanted to go over, as I mentioned earlier in the video, are just the encoding settings that you can use for your YouTube videos. So let me go ahead and open these tabs up, and I'll just kind of run with you really fast through this. I haven't had a chance to really browse through streamingmedia.com, but when I did a search for, like, encoding options YouTube or whatever query it was that I used, this was one of the most beneficial ones that popped up for me. So I just kind of wanted to go over this with you. Essentially, this is several web video experts kind of going through and doing a case study and trying to piece together as much information as possible. Keep in mind the majority of this is kind of outdated now because Google and YouTube have actually released their own recommended settings page, which I'll go over in just a second. But it's still a decent look at. The thing that I really wanted to note is at the bottom here, there was actually a YouTube engineer that kind of came by and not necessarily added some corrections, but just added some additional information. A few nuggets to really kind of pay attention to is he was saying, make sure you can record the highest quality video possible because Google is, always going, or YouTube in and of itself is going to be always, improving and always doing better. So if you say upload a higher, quality video than recommended, Google's going to compress it down a little bit. But say in the future, they're still going to have that video that you upload on file, and they may be able to improve the quality from that high quality video that you upload. The only really drawback that you have there is your internet connectivity speed. So if you get a slow internet connection, it's really not worth, in my opinion, uploading, say, a half gig video file that's really high quality, because I tested it out and I think I was only uploading it's like a minute and a half at really high quality, and it was like half a gig, and I think it was going to take like an hour to upload, and I just have like a standard internet connection. So not something I would recommend. It's up to you. You got to weigh those checks and balances and kind of weigh the benefits to the things that are unbeneficial. I guess that's a simple way to put it. But anyway, a few things he wanted to mention here, just to kind of stick to, is use the MP4 format. And you'll see in the next section that I'm going over that it does, again, recommend the MP4 format. He's also saying if you use metadata whatsoever, feel free to add that to your video. And as you're uploading, Google will start, or YouTube will start ripping that from the video automatically, so you don't have to worry about that. Let's see, he also goes on to mention the keyframe interval. He was saying for video on demand, the best setting for keyframe interval is probably about 5, so definitely keep it at that. And while I'm talking here, I'm just going to go ahead and fire up Camtasia Studio so I can kind of run through a couple of those settings for you right now. So let me pull this over the side so we can see what I was talking about here. And then he's also just going on to talk about compression and all that stuff. Really nothing too useful. The only things that I really gathered from this are keep your keyframe low, under 5, and make sure you're using MP4. So let me go ahead and switch over. I found a advanced encoding settings for Google support. It's intended for YouTube and all that stuff. If you guys have the option to do, say, video encoding in H.264, apparently that's the best. And it goes into a bunch of different just like factors and stuff here. I'm really not too familiar with that just because I'm kind of starting out. However, the few things I did kind of glean from this are stick with MP4, use ACC audio encoding, and if you have the option, go ahead and use this type of video encoding. Unfortunately, I do not, since my video editing and capture software is kind of a package, but it's not on the higher end. That'll definitely be included in things like probably Sony Vegas and that sort of thing. However, another thing to note with this is take a look at the frame rates and the bit rates that they recommend. If you guys are also unfamiliar with the particular resolutions that you need to get, say, the 720p or the 1080p, there's also this nice nifty little chart right here. So me right now, I'm just recording in 720p, just so that I have a pretty high quality video, but it's not going to take too long to load. And if you're kind of curious, I also go down in here and add more information about the 4:3 video ratio and the 16:9, which would be good for your widescreen. As you can see, this is a full 16:9. It fills up the whole YouTube player, whereas if you record in the 4:3, it's going to have those black lines on the side. So let me go ahead and get into bit rates real fast. And this is pretty simple to remember. If you have, like, say, a slower internet connection, you're still going to be at relatively high quality for, say, the 720p. You would go at the 5,000 kilobytes a second. And then for your audio, if you're just using, say, a standard mic like what I'm using, you would only need the 128 kilobytes a second. And for the purposes of, just doing screencasts and voice recordings just like this, that's really all you need. This, the stereo stuff and the higher quality right here, that's for basically musicians that are recording and kind of want to add a depth of field. Let's see, and then if you have that higher quality internet connection, the enterprise quality internet connection, like say a T1 line, I'm totally jealous. Give me some of your internet speed. But then they said, hey, you know what? You can go ahead and you can stuff in a lot more information into that video by doing the 30,000 kilobytes a second. And that'll, you really won't see a noticeable difference once it's put onto YouTube and it's compressed. But like the engineer was saying on the other article, definitely record for the life of the video. So say you want a video that's going to be applicable for a couple of years, definitely consider recording it in a higher quality. So let me see. Let me go ahead and bring up Camtasia Studio really fast. And let's see if this fires up for me. May not, since I'm using the Camtasia recorder right now, but if not, I really just wanted to show you how to go through the options and actually set this stuff. Yeah, it doesn't seem like it's cooperating. I apologize, guys. But once you get a video editor and you're trying to set these things, if you guys need a little bit of help, I'll try to help out how I can. Just leave any comments or questions in the comment section. Like I said, my experience is a little limited just because I haven't had the option to mess around with a lot of these other programs. However, I just wanted to bring all this stuff to your attention and kind of get you started on your path. All the links are in the description, and hope you guys have a great day. This is Stavert with the Big Bang Build. Have a great one, guys.
Audio